In the year 2023, Rico, a black African-American male living in Los Angeles, California for a period of time, decided to relocate to New York City without notice. This is a part 2 video of this particular testimony. On another day, a man approached Rico, a young, black, skinny African-American male with dreads who was signing people up for a program that was designed for people with autism. However, the conversation would take a turn. The man would ask about Rico's religious beliefs. Rico told him that he doesn't believe in religion, that he believes in a spiritual relationship with God. The man agrees, saying that he doesn't believe in religion, but the spiritual aspect of it all. A few more questions the man asked Rico, looking intensely in Rico's eyes, as if looking at him beyond the physical, into the very heart of Rico, where no lies could hide. The man then asked Rico, what is the foundation of God's creation? Rico took a moment of silence, thinking about the answer. The man then reassured Rico as he took a few steps backwards towards the spot he was standing before approaching Rico, telling him to think about it and that he has work to finish. As the guy taps his head, as if working to complete a transformation in the mind, Rico pauses only a few seconds before walking back to Central Park. Upon resting, Rico replayed the encounter with the man in his head, realizing the structure of the conversation and how the man guided the conversation unnoticed. The guy would ask questions that would lead Rico to respond. That sparked another question from the man, with each question leading to the very question of what's the foundation of God's creation. Rico then realized that it was as if the man knew what response would come from Rico, as he looked at Rico with eyes that seemed to pierce through the physical layers with his sight set upon the truth. As time passes, Rico would eventually get on a train to escape the cool weather at night. However, not long after falling asleep, 2 police officers boarded the train during one stop and offered to take Rico to a place of shelter and food. Rico would get in the police squad vehicle and listen to the officers chat about New York things as they drove him across the city. They would drop him off at a shelter where he would be assigned a room to sleep for the night, and later processed to be transferred to another shelter located in Brooklyn that acted as a waiting center before he were assigned to a transitional facility in the neighborhood of Park Slope, Brooklyn. During this process, Rico's shoes was completely ruined, therefore throwing them away after being assigned a bunk inside one of the dorms. Rico would go through the intake process, discovering that he was eligible to receive a housing voucher in less than 2 to 3 months. While going through the process, Rico would meet a few people that would later contribute to his growth. Izzy and Ace. Real names are Isaiah and Anthony. Izzy, a light-skinned African-American man being a New York native, while Ace, a black African-American man being a Philadelphia native. They would often go out to socialize and introduce Rico to more people around the area. Rico would also book filming gigs in the process, traveling the subways around 4-ish in the mornings to catch the film's production company transportation bus for a ride to the filming location in New Jersey. Rico then settled his decision in attempting to stay in New York as his new home. Soon he attained a housing voucher and attended open houses a couple times, both locations in the Bronx. But with so many competition looking to find a spot, a decent spot, would be a battle within itself. During this time, a Canada wildfire was taking place, and the smoke traveled all the way across New York, filling the atmosphere with thick orange, yellowish smoke, causing breathing issues for everyone in the proximity. Also, the immigration battle was at its peak, but Rico was still determined to remain, a hopeful decision with the intentions of seeking God. This testimony will continue on a part 3 video.